Yun po sa ano sir, similarities tsaka differences ng quanti at quali.
Okay, thank you for that. Yan, so nabasa mo dun sa similarities or differences ng qualitative and quantitative research dun sa SLM or module ninyo. Okay, so thank you, Joanna. So this, to validate the already constructed theory pertains to a quantitative research. Why? Okay? Because in a qualitative research class, we are going to construct a certain theory. So gagawa tayo ng isang theory gamit ang qualitative research. And yung na-construct natin or nagawa natin or na-discover natin na theory, ay itetest natin yan saan? Anong gagamitin nating types of research? Of course, itetest po natin yan or i-validate po natin yan using quantitative research. So that's why the validation of the already constructed theory pertains to quantitative research. So I hope klaro po yan sa inyo. Nagko-construct tayo ng theories using qualitative, and we test or we validate these theories using quantitative research. Okay, next question. Uses open-ended questions. What do you think? Is this pertains to qualitative or quantitative? So quali or quanti? Ayan. I'm waiting for your answers. It uses open-ended questions. Okay, so I have here Joanna.
Quali, sir. Quali po.
Okay. Pakilagay na lang Judiniel sa chat box natin. And of course, Luigi. Judiniel, pakimute mo na lang yung ano mo, microphone mo. And I think may mga kakapasok pa lang kanina. Hindi ko lang makita dito sa aking. Okay, sino yung mga yon? Sa mga kakapasok pa lang, we are doing a review activity about your lessons last week or last week kasi last week Holy Week po yun. So last week, you've learned about the differences of qualitative and quantitative research. So we have here a certain word. I am presenting here word or group of words or yung phrases. And ang isasagot nyo ay quali or quanti. Paano kayo magsasagot? Of course, you are going to write or put your answers dyan sa chat box. Yan, just in case for this item or question, uses open-ended questions. Is this pertains or describes a qualitative or quantitative research? So, quali lang po pag qualitative, quanti pag quantitative. Yan. Okay. So, I think nag-adjust pa yung mga kakarating. So, the correct answer for this item or question is qualitative. That's a qualitative. So, qualitative research. Yan. So, uses open-ended questions pertains to qualitative research. I think, yan, all of you got the correct answer. Very good. So, napakagaling. Nakuha nyo lahat. Pare-parehas po kayo na tama yung sagot ninyo. But of course, can I have Luigi? 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 Kindly unmute yourself. Luigi? Luigi, I just need your ideas, no, on why this, of course, praises pertains or describes a qualitative research, Luigi. Ano sa tingin mo, Luigi?
Wala ako ng last, ano, sir. Wala ako ng last Google Meet, kaya hindi ko alam.
Doon sa ano, sa base doon sa SLM mo. Idea mo lang, idea mo lang. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng open-ended questions? For example, tinanong kita, mayroon akong tanong sa'yo, why is it, what is your experiences in studying in this new normal? Anong isasagot mo? 'Di ba? May isasagot ka, 'di ba? Tama, Luigi? Luigi? Sige. Okay, sige. Si Luigi. Luigi. Okay. Yan. So we have here nag-raise ng hand si Joanna. Joanna?
Yung qualitative po, open-ended question kasi po, parang hindi siya limited yung isasagot mo.
Okay, very good. Very
Pero yung
good.
quantitative kasi, parang may choices lang po, sir.
Yan, very good. Okay, that's a very good answer for that, Joanna. Yan, correct. Yan. So the answer of Joanna is correct. Why? Because in a qualitative research, you didn't have the options, the predefined answers. Okay? So walang limit, no? So yung sagot mo ay iba dun sa sagot ng another respondent, another participant, and so on. Hindi siya limitado dun sa tinatawag nating mga options or pagpipilian. Okay? So uses open-ended questions. Okay, next. Next question. That's question number 3. Pure words, phrases, sentences, composition, and stories are used in data analysis. What do you think? Is that quanti or quali? Yan. So, doon sa mga kakarating pa lang po, we are doing a review activity, okay, about your lessons last week, week 1 lesson on the differences of qualitative and quantitative research. I have here a question, or item. So all you have to do is to determine whether the words or the phrases is pertaining to quantitative or qualitative research. Pagka sa tingin nyo qualitative, ilagay nyo lang dyan sa chat box ninyo quali. Pagka naman quantitative, just write quanti. Okay, so sabi ni Judiniel kanina, that's an interview. Yes, ang usually na ginagamit na data gathering method or the what we call instrument is interview, no? Okay, very good for qualitative. Okay, we have here 2 answers. Yan, so may mga nagsagot na. Okay, so we have here Joanna and Judiniel. How about the rest? For those nakakarating pa lang, hindi ko na kayo ma-acknowledge isa-isa because I cannot see your names here. Later on na lang, i-acknowledge ko kayo kasi nakaset o nakalagay yung aking cellphone doon sa mga sagot ninyo sa chat box. Okay, wala nang sasagot. Yan, si Rochelle. Marivig, yan. Okay. Meron pa siguro. Once again, we are doing a review activity about your lessons on the week 1. Okay, so the correct answer for this is, of course, Quali. Yan, congratulations. Okay, so nakuha ninyo lahat. So pare-parehas po ang mga sagot ninyo. You got the correct answer. The correct answer for this one is Quali. It's a qualitative research. Yan. Okay. I just need your idea, Judiniel. Idea mo lang. Why is it this pertains to qualitative research?
Sir, morning po.
Yes, good morning again. Why is it quali?
Sir, when we see
Mm-mm.
qualitative po, sir,
Mm-mm.
because sir, it states that in the words that pure words phrases, sir, because qualitative research, sir, relies and use of questionnaires, sir, interview, and
Okay.
relies to obtain by using words, sir. And
Okay, yan, very good, very good. Yan, that's the correct answer, Judiniel. So if in a qualitative research class, of course, the data that will be collected from our responses, participants or informants. So meron tayong mga tawag na parang ang tawag po natin dun sa mga makakatulong dun sa ating research or ating study para masagutan yung mga katanungan sa ating study ay ang tawag po sa kanila, pwedeng tawagin sila as respondents. Respondents, ito yung mga interview natin, ito yung mga bibigyan natin ng mga questionnaires and so on. Okay, we can also call them participants, okay, or informants. Yan. So, kaya parati kong sinasabi yung respondent, participant, informants. Yan po ang tawag dun sa mga tatanungin natin, interviewin natin. Okay, just like what, of course, Judiniel said a while ago. Okay, the data or the kind of data that we have in a qualitative research are in words, no? Naka-narratives, nakalagay sa phrases, sentences, compositions. Yan. Unlike in the quantitative research class, our data, the type of our data or the form of our data is in a numerical form. Naka-number po yung ating data when it comes to quantitative research. Pagka-quali naman, nakalagay po in words. Pagka-group of words, phrases. Okay, we have the sentences, narratives, compositions. And in advance, mayroon din po tayong mga tinatawag na additional data or data form when it comes to qualitative research. We can have pictures, videos. Qualitative din pa rin po yun. Okay, so the correct answer for this one, of course, this pertains to qualitative research. I hope nakuha nyo po ang pagkakaiba ng dalawa, quali and quanti. Next one. Subjective. What if we have this one? Subjective. Subjective. Is that pertains to quali or quanti? Or qualitative or quantitative? Yan, so we have here Mary Grace. Yan. Si Mary Grace. May sagot na siya. How about the rest?
Quali po, sir. Quali, nagahang chat box kasi.
Ay, nagahang. Okay. Si Joanna, ang sagot niya. Joanna yun, no? Hindi ko kasi nakikita. Quali. Okay. How about the rest? We have here Marivic. And yung iba. Yan, si Rochelle. Rochelle. May mga TVL dito, no? Yung mga TVL pala, sino po ang president po ninyo ng TVL 1 and 2? O sa TVL 1 na lang, si president ng TVL 1, pakisabi sa kanya na gumawa siya ng GC natin sa PR1. Okay, ang pangalan po ng GC natin ay Practical Research 1, open and close parenthesis, 11 TVL 1, wag niyo na lagyan ng 1 and 2, basta 11 TVL. Okay, si Jasmine pala. Gumawa ka na lang, Jasmine, ng ating GC sa Practical Research 1, open and close parenthesis, TVL. Okay, wag mo na lagyan ng open and close. Basta lagyan mo na lang ng 11 TVL. Okay, we have also here Mark Christian Salas. Yan. Okay, so the correct answer for this is qualitative. So qualitative. Why qualitative? So, subjective, the word subjective pertains to qualitative research. What do you think? Bakit kaya qualitative? Anyone? Meron ba dito mag-raise ng hand? Wala? Marivic, why is it? Wait lang. Sige, sino ba nauna sa inyo? Si Mary Grace. Mary Grace. Mary Grace, bakit kaya qualitative? Mary Grace? Just your idea lang. Idea. Why is it qualitative, Mary Grace? Okay, matakot magsalita. Kasi panahon na ito para ma-expose po kayo, no? Even though we are having our class online or virtually, wala tayo sa loob ng classroom, still dapat ma-develop pa rin po natin yung ating, of course, skill in speaking. Yan. Hindi lang po sa listening, no? Mary Grace? Sige, si Mark Christian. Mark Christian. Mark Christian. You raise your hand. Mark Christian. Si Mary Grace. Mary Grace, come on. Unmute yourself, Mary Grace. Mary Grace. Nagkakaroon ata ng problema sa signal.
It focus on subject, sir.
It's focused on subject. Okay, so thank you for that, Mary Grace. Thank you. And sabi ni Mark Christian dito, it can be defined and defended. Yan. Okay, thank you for your answers, no? Okay. So, subjective. Qualitative research is subjective class. Why? Because, of course, the result of the study depends on how the researcher undergo the data analysis. Yan. Pag sinabi kasi nating subjective, nakadepende yan kung sino ang mag-a-analyze. Yung resulta ng isang study ay nakadepende kung sino yung mag-a-analyze. At ang mag-a-analyze po ng ating mga data ay si researcher or kung sino man yung mga experts sa data analysis when it comes to qualitative research. Yan, kaya siya subjective. Kasi nakadepende kay researcher yung result nung, of course, yung interpretation ng result, yung data analysis nung mga data na galing sa mga participants o respondents. Kaya siya naging subjective. Yan. Okay, unlike sa quantitative research, na ang quantitative research class ay objective, the opposite of subjective is objective. Why? Because in quantitative research, we utilize what we call statistics. May mga statistical tools na ginagamit. As long as you are familiar with the statistical tools, yan, konting click lang kasi pagka mayroon tayong mga softwares na ginagamit, then we can have the result, the exact result. Kasi nga, ang statistics, may mathematics din yan, parang mathematics, no? It involves numbers. Yan. So, thank you for your responses. Kaya siya tinawag na subjective, yung mga qualitative research. Okay, how about for this one? Rating scale. Rating scale. Is this a qualitative or quantitative rating scale? And okay, we have Joanna. How about the rest? Hmm? Rating scale. Yes, just check. We are 12 in the room, in the Google Meet room. And so paki-answer na lang po. Rating scale. Oh, nasaan yung mga iba? Yes, we have next one, Marivic. And Rochelle. Rating scale. Yan. Rochelle. Mark Christian. This will be the last review or recall on our lessons on week 1. Okay, so the correct answer for this, wala nang habol. The correct answer is quantitative. Quanti, that's a quantitative. Okay, anyone, why is it quanti? Bakit kaya quantitative yan? Bakit kaya quantitative itong rating scale? Saan ba natin madalas makita itong rating scale? Joanna.
Kapag may involved na numbers po.
May involved na numbers. Yan, correct. Very good. So rating scale, since may involved na number, so quantitative. Para sa quantitative research, correct? Okay, so rating scale class, of course, these are common in questionnaires. Usually, ginagamit itong rating scale sa tinatawag nating Likert scale, yung rating of 1 to 5. So, pwedeng 1 is the lowest and 5 is the highest. Okay? So, that's why, of course, questionnaires are being used in a quantitative research, and questionnaires uses rating scale. Just for example, yung Likert scale. Yan. Katulad nga ng sinabi ni Joanna, quantitative research is, of course, utilize questionnaires na sa questionnaires na yon, mayroon po tayo diyang nilalagay na mga predefined o mga limited, may mga options na po na nilalagay dyan. Okay? So, that's why, of course, if we use rating scale, it pertains to quantitative research. Okay, so that is of course the review activity. So yan po ang ating review activity for your lessons last week on the week 1 lesson. Can I have Marivic to read your goal in learning our lesson for today? Marivic?
I can state the characteristics, strengths, weaknesses, and times of qualitative research.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Marivic. Yan. Okay, so let's do it now. So let's do it, class. So, but before, of course, we start our lesson about the characteristics, the strengths and the weaknesses, of course, at the same time, the kinds of qualitative research. Kindly describe yourself in one word. So same lang din po, pakilagay yung mga descriptions ninyo ng mga sarili ninyo sa chat box. Describe yourself in one word. Don't worry, hindi mo na ako tatawag ngayon. Gusto ko lang basahin ang inyong mga description sa inyong mga sarili. Yan, so may nagsabi dito, unique. What else? Describe yourself in one word or in one adjective. Unique, what else? Kind, and simple, strong. What else? Okay, so unique, kind, simple, strong. Sino pa? Siguro yung iba nag-iisip pa, no? Okay, so thank you for that. Next, what is your greatest strength? Although you have so many strengths, but I just need your greatest strength. So ano kaya yung greatest strength po ninyo? Yan, strong yung unang sagot niya. Her strength are her family and friends. Okay, very good. God. Yan, of course. Okay, same sila. Parehas, God. And ako din, ang greatest strength ko po ay si God. What else? God and family. Yan, correct. Okay, God and family also. And okay, thank you very much for that. So next one, we have my future. Yan. Next, what is your greatest weakness? Your greatest weakness. Baka may iba dyan magsabi food. Nagda-diet ako pero ang weakness ko talaga ay sa pagkain eh. What is your greatest weakness? Mahirap mag-isip ng weakness. Okay, failure and also my family. Yan. So, napakalalim talaga ng mga sagot niya, no? So, family is my weakness. Yan. Judgment from other people. Yan. Yun ang weakness niya. What else? What is your weakness? My heart. Okay, grabe yung weakness niya. My heart. Okay, so next one is, of course, what kind of son or daughter are you? Sige nga. Are you a stubborn? Okay, understanding. Yan. Understanding. What else? Reliable. Oh, it's a reliable son. Siguro working student to si Mark. Christian. Okay. Lovable. Okay, so lovable. Lovable. What else? Okay, so yan, so okay na. So thank you for that. Thank you for your responses. Yan. So why we did this activity class? Yan. We did this activity because it is related, of course, to our lesson for today. Like as human, we also have our characteristics, our strengths, weaknesses, and the kind of people we are. It is also, of course, the same case with qualitative research. Qualitative research class also has characteristics, strengths, weaknesses, and of course, kinds. So ito po ang ating lesson for today. Yan. So siguro nagtataka kayo, bakit sir doon sa aming SLM, doon sa aming module ay iba po yung mga nakalagay na characteristics. Parehas lang din po sila. Kaso nga lang nakalagay po sa inyong SLM ay very specific, okay? And ang ginawa ko na lang, kinuha ko yung themes out of those characteristics. Pero same lang din po. Okay? So the first characteristic class, qualitative research is naturalistic. Yan. So naturalistic. So pakitandaan po yan. Qualitative research is naturalistic. Okay? Why? Because the study to be conducted by the researcher, nakikita nyo dyan, may isang researcher dyan, should be based on real-life situations. Likewise, the researcher should also unfold the study in a natural manner. That is, the findings are derived from the analysis of authentic data gathered from the participants. Such a concept class makes qualitative research known for its non-controlling characteristics. Non-controlling characteristics. Yan. Katulad nga na nakikita nyo dyan, yung researcher natin dyan ay actual na pinuntahan yung mga subjects niya on her study para makita yung talagang real life situations. Okay, ang ginamit niya dyan na research instrument ay observation checklist or observation notes. Yan. So that's the first characteristic. Qualitative research is naturalistic. Paki-prepare po ang inyong mga notebook and pen. Pakisulat na lang yan yung first characteristic. Qualitative research is naturalistic. Yan. Okay. Second, qualitative research is purposeful. Purposeful. Yan. So why purposeful class? So I have here a screenshot of a certain part or section of a certain journal research article. Yan, kinuha ko ito sa isang research article or journal. Basahin ko na lang. Locus and participants. So ito yung part ng isang study. So later on dun sa activity natin mamaya, papangalanan ko kung ano yung title nung study. At the same time, kung kanino yung study na ito. So applying the process of Creswell 2007. So ganito po tayo magsulat or mag-state. Okay? Sa research po, sa paggawa ng research, ginagamitan po natin ng in-text citation. So nandito yung author, applying the process of Creswell 2007 and Hepner 2004, method of collecting information of at least 3 to a maximum of 13 respondents. And the interviews were administered to 7 respondents, all of whom were high school students in Philippine School Doha, particularly in the state of Qatar, identified to have experienced certain degree of depression. Sir, ang haba po ng binasa nyo, paano siya naging purposeful? Okay? Purposeful po siya because the process of selecting the participants is purposive. Why? Because it follows a certain criteria. Ano ang criteria po para makapag-select po tayo ng ating ano yung criteria na ginamit nila in selecting their respondents? One of the criterion is, or the criteria is high school students. So dapat yung participant or respondent, high school students in Philippine School Doha. Okay? Ano pa yung isang criterion? experience or identified to have experienced certain degree of depression. So yan ang pangalawa. Okay, so that's why in selecting our participants, it must be purposive. Okay, so that's why qualitative research is purposeful. So that's the second characteristics. Isulat po ninyo sa inyong mga notebook. Okay, next. Qualitative research is detailed. Detailed. Why detailed, class? Yan. So, why detailed? A thick description of data gathered from the participants makes this type of study a detailed one. Bakit siya sinabing thick description of data gathered? Why? Because as you see here, ito ulit, galing po ito dun sa study na sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina. Sa qualitative research, kahit yung mga actual conversations or responses ng mga respondents natin or participants, ay isinasama po doon sa ating research paper. Okay? Yan. So kaya nga napakakapal po, napakadami po or napaka-rich. Yan. Rich po ang ating mga responses, no? Yan. Kasi included sa ating research paper yung mga responses, the actual responses of our respondents. Yan. It is important, class, that the researcher should capture the direct quotations. Yan, ito yung direct quotations of the respondents, of the participants from the conducted interview or observation. And, just for example, ikaw yung researcher, tinanong mo yung isang participant mo. Ang tanong mo ay, kumusta ang pag-aaral mo sa new normal or using the modular learning? Pwedeng ang response sa'yo, sir, napakahirap po. Ang dami pong kailangang i-consider. Marami pong distractions. Yan. So yung mga response na yan ay isusulat mo yan doon sa iyong research paper. Okay? So that's why qualitative research is detailed. Pakisulat na rin po yun. Next one, qualitative research requires engagement and neutrality. Requires engagement and neutrality. And as you see there, you have there of course the researchers. Yan, so siguro yung dalawa dyan ay kasama lang nung researcher and they are having interview on a certain participant or respondent, and ang kakaiba dito ay sila mismo ang pumunta doon sa place nung participant or respondent. Okay? So it's something about the direct contact, of course, with the people, situations, and phenomenon under investigation should be established, of course, by the researcher. Okay? So the word direct contact. And immersing oneself will enable the researcher, of course, class, to acquire personal experiences and insights which are essential to better understand the phenomenon. Okay, further, class, the researcher should also be neutral. The responses and observations he or she may get while engaging with the participants. The researcher, class, should likewise show openness, sensitivity, and respect. Yan. So respect, of course, the beliefs of the people on that place. Respect po natin yung kultura nila, be sensitive, okay, and of course be open. Open po tayo sa mga ideas o mga sinasabi ng ating mga participants. Huwag natin po silang kontrahin and so on. Kailangan po tayong magkaroon ng neutrality, no? Okay, so that's why qualitative research requires engagement and neutrality. Next, qualitative research, class, follows an inductive procedure. Why inductive? Siguro bago sa inyo yung inductive na word, no? Inductive tsaka deductive. If you say inductive, it starts from specific to general. Pag deductive naman, general to specific. Okay? So, qualitative research class is inductive or follows an inductive procedure. Okay, why? Because qualitative research starts from specific to general. Yan. So, the specific part of the conduct of the research are the responses of the participants. So, yung mga responses ng mga participants po natin, yun yung mga specific part. Okay, and of course, after analyzing all the responses, we can have the what we call patterns and themes. Yan, so suppose meron na tayong mga responses, yun yung mga data natin. Ang gagawin natin doon sa mga responses na yun ay i-analyze po natin. And after analyzing, we can have the patterns and themes. Magkakaroon po tayo ng patterns and themes. At yung patterns and themes na yun na yung general part or general aspect ng qualitative research. Yan. As you see there, here, you have here a dendrogram. Sir, ano ba yung dendrogram? Yan. So, bago rin sa inyo yan. Dendrogram. Dendrogram class is a diagram for themes. Yan. So, ito yung dendrogram nung study na sinasabi ko sa inyo. Yan. So, nag-start yung study by, of course, gathering the responses of the participants or respondents. Yun yung mga specific part. And pagkatapos, in-analyze yung mga responses nila, nakaroon na tayo ng mga tinatawag na themes. Okay? Ang mga themes dito ay 3. Ito yung mga contributive factors of frustrations. So, nag-came out sila into 3 themes. Psychological, familial, and social. Ito yung general. Okay? So, start from the specific, yung mga responses, to the general, yung mga themes. That's why qualitative research class follows an inductive procedure. Okay? Next, for the last one, qualitative research is viewed in a holistic perspective. In a holistic perspective. Holistic. Yan. So we have here class 3. No? So meron tayo ditong puno. And we can see that a tree has, of course, its leaves, branches, trunks, fruits. Yung fruits dito, siguro hindi natin makita kasi natatakpan ng mga leaves. Yan. And of course, yung mga roots, hindi rin natin makita kasi natatakpan ng lupa. Yan. So, we viewed here the entirety, no? Yung kabuuan, yung one whole part ng isang tree. Yan. It is also similar for qualitative research that we must view this type of research, qualitative research, holistically, in a holistic perspective. Okay? A study in qualitative type class cannot be simply done in the linear or causal and effect relationship approach. Rather, class, it requires the researcher to view the whole phenomenon under investigation in a complex system that is different variables can either cause or affect the phenomenon. Yan. So, hindi po natin pwedeng sabihin na yung isang variable ay magkukos doon sa another variable or yung isang variable ay magiging effect ng another variable. Kasi po, we are viewing or referring to a qualitative research which is viewed in a holistic perspective. At sabi nga nila, in a qualitative research, may mga, sa kalagitnaan, even sa kahit napatapos na yung study mo, may mga chance pa rin na may mag-emerge na another idea. Okay, that's why qualitative research also is called emerging, no? Yan. So kailangan natin talagang i-view yung qualitative research in a holistic perspective. Okay, so that's all. The characteristics of qualitative research. Sulat po yan sa inyong mga notebooks. The first one, qualitative research is naturalistic. Qualitative research is purposeful. qualitative research is detailed. Qualitative research requires engagement and neutrality. Qualitative research follows an inductive procedure. And qualitative research is viewed in a holistic perspective. Okay, about for the strengths of qualitative research. Yan, so I just provided here 3 strengths. The first, qualitative research complements quantitative data. Yan. So just like what katulad nga ng nakikita nyo dito, itong nasa left na diagram, makukuha natin dito yung mga qualitative data using survey. Yung survey na to ay ginamitan ng mga open-ended questions, observation, FGD, the focal group discussions, focus group discussions, and of course interviews. So using this method or data gathering method, we can have a qualitative data which will be used, okay, on a quantitative data. And so combining the qualitative data to a quantitative data, then we can have a more reliable result of a certain study. And so that's why qualitative research class complements quantitative data. And mas reliable yung ating yung result ng ating study if we're going to complement, of course, or use both the type of data, which is qualitative and quantitative. So that's the first one. The second one, qualitative research provides more detailed information to explain complex issues. Yan. So provides more detailed information to explain complex issues. Yan. So since this type of research study class requires the researcher to immerse himself or herself in the phenomenon under investigation, direct experiences can be acquired. Similarly, class, considering information-rich participants as well as utilizing interview and observation as qualitative research instruments, it enables the researcher to gather more accurate data needed in explaining a complex phenomenon. Yan. So, we have in a qualitative research an information-rich participants. Unlike in the quantitative class, of course, katulad nga ng pinag-usapan natin kanina, limited yung mga responses nila depending on the options or selections na sinet nung researcher. Okay. Okay, for the last strength, qualitative research is cost-efficient. Cost-efficient. Why cost-efficient? Because in a qualitative research, we only need a small number of participants. So, kaunti lang po ang participants na kailangan po natin or kaunti lang ang respondents na kailangan po natin in the conduct of our study. Yan. Since kaunti lang, less resources will be needed to accomplish the study. Okay? So, likewise, class, on the quantitative research, we use questionnaires. At yung questionnaires na yun ay ibibigay natin sa ating mga participants. And magpiprint tayo ng napakaraming mga questionnaires. Unlike sa qualitative research, since konti lang naman sila, at hindi na natin kailangan pang mag-print ng ating instrument. Okay? Siguro ang ipiprint lang natin yung instrument po natin na kakabisaduhin po natin, yung mga tanong na kakabisaduhin natin na itatanong natin sa ating mga participants. So that's why qualitative research is cost efficient. Okay, so we have here the strengths of qualitative research. The first one, qualitative research, paki-take down notes po ito. Qualitative research complements quantitative data. Qualitative research provides more detailed information to explain complex issues. And for the last one, qualitative research is cost efficient. Okay, so here we're now on the weaknesses of qualitative research. The first weakness class is qualitative research cannot generalize the findings to the study population. Okay? Why? Bakit kaya hindi natin pwedeng ma-generalize yung buong population? Just for example, here, on your left side, you have there the target population. So a picture, of course, symbolize the target population or the study population. And on the right side, your participants, and most often used in a qualitative research. Okay? Since we only use a small number of participants in qualitative research, it may result in limited responses, and it can also imply that it cannot generalize our study population. Okay? So kung gusto nyong ma-generalize yung isang study population, then use quantitative methods or research. Okay? So that's why qualitative research class cannot generalize the findings to the study population. Okay. Qualitative research is more difficult to analyze. Yan. So why? Because it's really difficult for us to analyze words, no? To analyze narratives, mga sentences, mga phrases. It's more difficult for us to generate themes out of those responses that are in words. Yan. Unlike class in quantitative research, which deals with numeric data, yung mga numbers, can be interpreted using statistical tools, no? Pag meron tayong mga statistical tools na appropriate na gamitin dun sa isang research question, then we can have the valid result, okay, the correct result of our study. And pero sa qualitative research class, it is based on the subjective responses of the participants or the respondents. So data are really difficult to analyze. At isa pa po, marami pong procedure sa pag-a-analyze ng isang qualitative data. And meron tayong tinatawag na mga call analysis, mga warm analysis, thematic analysis. Okay, bago tayo makakuha ng mga themes. Kasi ang goal po natin sa qualitative research ay yung mga themes. Yan. And isa pang problema, if data are not critically analyzed and carefully interpreted, results may become biased and even less credible. Okay? Sinabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, qualitative research is subjective. That's one of the characteristics, no? Yan, subjective kasi nga ang mag-a-analyze po nung data ay yung mga researcher din mismo o kaya ay yung mga kilala nila na expert in the data analysis. At kung yung nakuha nilang expert na yon ay hindi niya talaga ina-analyze carefully or critically yung mga data, then yung result ay magiging hindi siya credible o magiging bias. Okay? So that's why qualitative research class is more difficult to analyze. Okay, so next, qualitative research is time-consuming. Why time-consuming? Yan. So time-consuming class ang isang qualitative research study because yun nga, yung sinasabi ko nga sa inyo, it will undergo different stages or procedures in the data analysis, yung pag-a-analyze ng data. At isa pa po, Hindi ibig sabihin na napakaliit po ng ating mga participants ay napakadaling kumuha ng mga responses or data coming from them. Hindi po. Kasi babalik-balikan po natin sila. May mga points sa inyong pag-conduct ng data gathering na na-realize po ninyo na may kulang pa at kailangan yung bumalik. Babalik-balikan po natin ang ating mga participants. Unlike sa quantitative research, pagka nagawa natin ng maayos ang ating questionnaires, isang bagsakan lang yan sa mga participants po natin. Hindi na po tayo kailangan pang bumalik. Yan. So, yun po. Kaya po, ang qualitative research is time-consuming. Okay, paki-take down notes ulit. Weaknesses of qualitative research class. The first one, qualitative research cannot generalize the findings to the study population. Number two, qualitative research is more difficult to analyze. And for the last one, qualitative research is time-consuming. Okay, so babalikan ko kayo, activity 1, so that's true or false. Yan. Is it true or false? Data from a qualitative research is not difficult to analyze because of the use of statistical tools. Pakilagay na lang po dyan sa inyong mga chat box. Is that true or false? Okay, so we have here Joanna. True or false? Medyo mahaba po yung ating lesson because pinagsabay po talaga yung characteristics, strengths, weaknesses, and kinds. And usually sa face-to-face class ay ilang araw po itong dinidiscuss. Okay, how about the rest? Data from a qualitative, yan, so we have Marivic, Rochelle. Research is not difficult to analyze because of the use of statistical tools. Mary Grace. Is that true or false? Yung mga kaninang, Mark Christian. Yan. Okay, so Luigi. Okay. So, the correct answer for this is false. Very good kayong lahat. No. So, bakit kaya false? Anyone? Can I have Mark? Balikan kita, Joanna. Mark, can I have Mark? Mark Christian.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mark. Bakit kaya false, Mark?
Because it involves numerical data.
It involves numerical data. So, hindi siya... Ano dapat ang... Paano mo i-correct yan?
Because of the statistical tools used.
Because of the statistical tools. So, hindi siya pang-quali na.
Opo.
So, ano dapat yan?
Quantitative.
Quantitative. Very good. So, very good. That's correct, Mark. How about nag-raise ng hand si Joanna kanina?
Difficult to analyze, sir.
It's difficult to analyze. Correct? Yan. Okay, so thank you for that, Joanna. So, data from a qualitative research is difficult to analyze. Okay? What is that, Joanna? Joanna, can I have you again? What is that, Joanna? Is that a characteristic, strength, or weakness?
Weakness.
Weakness. Very good. So data from a qualitative research is difficult to analyze. So that's one of the weakness of a qualitative research. Okay. Thank you for that. Next question. Qualitative research is known for its non-controlling characteristics. Is this true or false? True or false? Okay, so we have here again Joanna. Non-controlling characteristics. Non-controlling characteristics. Okay, how about the rest? Qualitative research is known for its non-controlling characteristics. What do you think, class? Mm. Why is it? What's your answer? Come on. Nasa yung mga sagot ninyo? Qualitative research is known for its non-controlling characteristics. The correct answer for this is true. Yan. Okay, so the correct answer for this is true. Why? Because it is the first Joanna.
Open po siya. Open-ended question. Tas based from reality.
Okay, from real life situation, correct? Okay, what is that characteristic, Joanna?
Naturalistic.
Naturalistic, very good. So that's naturalistic. Qualitative research is naturalistic. Okay, and for the last one, it is important in quantitative research that the researcher should capture the direct quotations of the responses of the participants from the conducted interview or observation. Is that true or false? Okay, how about yung mga iba? How about the rest? Mm. Okay. How about the rest? Paki-open nga yung mga videos po ninyo. Muna. Paki-open yung mga videos. Mary Grace, Luigi, Rochelle, Marivic, and Mark Christian. Mag-picture lang tayo muna, saglit. Luigi, masyadong mababa yung ano mo, camera mo. Yan. Si Mark Christian. Okay. Yan, si Mark Christian, pumunta na siya. Okay, si Salas pala ito. Mary Grace. Siguro si Mary Grace. Ate mo si Mary Grace. Nag-freeze si Mary Grace.
Maria Lisa, sir.
Oh, Maria Lisa.
Tapos,
Pati boses, parehas kayo. Okay. Yan, screenshot natin. Okay, what do you think? Yun na yung, I think yun na yung last natin, and I will provide the video instructions for the kinds. Kasi wala na rin tayong time. Na-discuss naman na yung kinds doon sa aking video na isasend sa inyo mamaya. Kasi masyado nang mahaba. Okay, what do you think? Kasi si Joanna lang ang sumagot. What's your answer? Nakikita nyo ba yung presentation? Si Mark, sumagot na siya. About the rest. Is that true or false? Okay, so we have here Mary Grace. Okay, how about Rochelle? Rochelle. True or false? And Luigi.
Yes po, sir.
Okay, si Luigi. Very good. Yan. Si Rochelle. Okay, so the correct answer for that is, of course, false, no? So that's false, no? Very good. So, lahat kayo correct. It is important in quantitative research that the researcher should capture the direct quotations of the responses of the participants from the conducted interview or observation. So, ano ba dapat ang tama dyan? It must be, ano dapat ang correct dyan? Anyone? It must be, may natang signal. Ako ang mainang signal. What do you think? What must be the correct answer for that? Or correct statement for that? It must be, yung quantitative dyan, palitan ng, anyone? Oh, wala na mag-raise ng hand. Joanna. Joanna?
Qualitative, sir.
It must be qualitative. Very good. Yan. So, direct quotations, yung mga responses, yung mga actual responses ng mga participants po natin ay ini-include pa rin o ini-include dun sa ating research paper. Okay, so that's of course our lesson for today. And yung lesson natin about kinds of qualitative research ay isesend ko na lang sa inyo as video. And of course, i-recall natin yan. I-recall natin yung mga kinds for our next online class next week. Yan yung mga kinds. Kasi pag itutuloy pa natin yung ating online class, medyo mahaba na rin. Hindi na rin siya effective. Okay, I will now stop presenting. I am working on your summative test and isesend ko yung summative test ninyo, yung link sa inyong GC o sa ating GC. Okay, so pwede na kayong mag-open ng inyong mga videos. You can now open your videos. Can I have sino ang summarize ng pinag-aralan natin? Yung first muna, what are the characteristics of a qualitative research? What are the characteristics? Can I have Luigi? Characteristics, Luigi. Luigi. Yung characteristics of qualitative research.
Naturalistic, sir.
Okay, ano pa? You have 6.
Purposeful.
Okay, what else?
Detailed.
Okay.
Engagement. It requires engagement and neutrality.
Okay. And then,
Kalimutan ko na.
nakalimutan mo na. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that, Luigi. Si Marivic, ano ba yung mga kulang? Marivic. May na talagang signal, ano? Kasi nag-freeze si Marivic.
Follows an inductive procedure and qualitative research is viewed in a holistic
Okay, thank you for that, Marivic. How about the strength? Si Mark. Strength of a qualitative... Nawala si Mark. May nang signal. Si Rochelle na lang. The strength of a qualitative research.
Complements yes, sir. Complements qualitative data.
Okay.
Provides more detailed information. Cost efficient.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Rochelle. And how about for the last, the weakness? The weakness of a qualitative research. Si Mary Grace. Mary Grace.
Qualitative research cannot generalize the findings to the study population.
Okay.
Qualitative research is more difficult to analyze. Qualitative research is time-consuming.
Is time consuming. Very good, very good. Okay, so thank you very much, of course, for your participation. And again, for our next online class next week, ang review activity natin is about the kinds of qualitative research. Yan. So ano ba yung mga kinds ng qualitative research na nabasa nyo na dyan sa SLM ninyo? We can have the phenomenology, yan, the what we call grounded theory, the case study, historical analysis or historical research, the narrative research or narrative analysis, the inductive, and of course the what we call case study and
Biography.
ethnography, biography. Yan, very good. So, but out of those 9, kasi mayroon 9 dyan, di ba? May 9 po tayo dyan na binigay or diniscuss dyan sa SLM ninyo. We're going to focus more on only on the 5 common kinds. Ano yung mga 5? We have the ethnography, phenomenology, we have the narrative, the case study, and ano yung isa? Grounded theory. So, doon tayo magfo-focus doon sa 5, ano? And kung gagawa kayo ng isang research ninyo, doon kayo magfo-focus doon sa 5. At wag po ninyong pipiliin yung grounded theory, no? Kasi ang grounded theory, even yung mga nag-aaral sa doctoral ay hindi nila nagagawa yan. Mahirap po ang grounded theory. Kasi gagawa po kayo ng sarili nyong theory. Okay? So most often ang ginagamit po ay phenomenology tsaka narrative research. Pagka sa level natin. Or you can also use the case study. Pero medyo matrabaho din ang case study kasi matagal gawin yon. Okay, so that's all for today class, and I hope, of course, you learn a lot on our online class today. Okay, and yung summative test po ninyo ay isesend ko na yung link dun sa ating GC. Okay, meron kayong mga tanong, questions about our lesson? Anyone?